How's it going, everybody? This is Real Time with Naeem Chaudhry, keeping it real all the time. I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. And basically, I know you guys have been probably just struggling from work after such a wonderful long weekend. As they say, the weekends weren't long enough, but thanks for joining me tonight. So, basically, on today's Real Time, my thoughts that I basically want to share are, I'm a news junkie, as you guys know, so I was watching CNN last night, and I guess the thoughts that been going through my head is how far we as a human race have come in our humanity and justice, and then also at the same time how far behind we are as a race and as a people in different parts of the world. Uh, the things that made me ponder this is you know I was looking and watching the news on the Arab Revolution that's been going on this year in countries such as Egypt, Libya, Bahrain, Iran, Yemen, and now Syria. So, as everyone knows, people have been fighting for freedom, from their dictators. They've been fighting freedom of oppression, unemployment, poverty, corruption, and they're tired of their ethnic political hierarchy. People are just fed up with censorship, freedom of no freedom of religion, freedom of press, and people are just tired of it, and they want to take liberty into their own hands, and that's what we've been seeing. But unfortunately, not all their leaders have been so accommodating to the change that's basically wanted by the majority of the population. Uh, what recently in the country that's been into light has been Syria, and Syria has been entrenched with thousands of years of history. Basically, stories of Syria are in the Bible. Independence came in 1946 from the French, and into modern day Syria, which we know today. In 1970, there was this guy. His name was Hafiz al-Assad, who became president through a coup. And for 30 years, Hafiz al-Assad basically was the president of Syria, and he was one of the most ruthless, barbaric, inhumane monsters that basically was ever put into office. He's well known and very famous for breaking down a rebellion in a city called Hama in the early 1980s, and he basically called it the scorched earth policy, where the city at that point, when there was a revolt, he basically wiped them off the map, and tens and thousands of people were killed. 10 to 80,000 civilians were reported have been massacred in Hama. So I mean, unbelievable. I mean, that we lived in a time that someone in power could do something like that to their own people. Bashar al-Assad, which is Hafiz al-Assad's son, who's in power today, came into power in 2000 after the death of his father. And Hafiz al-Assad, when he passed away, his son was supposed to take over, and not Bashar, but his older son had died in a car accident. Bashar studied ophthalmology. He was Western studied in France, England, and he married a British wife. So people were pretty excited that, this guy is going to be, kind of the new hope and, the change that, that Syria has been looking for. But yesterday on the news, and it really hit a chord, was there was a 13-year-old boy, and his name was Hamza Ali al-Khatib. And Hamza was 13 years old, and his body was returned to his parents, and the body was covered with bruises, cuts, scars, including bullet wounds. His legs and jaws were broken. His genitalia was severed, and this was the work of the Syrian security forces. And I can't imagine what a 13-year-old boy could have done to be mutilated so horribly, and what monster animal could do something so grotesque and live in modern society and be part of a ruling government to do that to their own children, it just baffles my mind. And it really questions, you know, what as a human race, you know, have we come. And it really really hit a chord. But at the same time, you know, I've seen how far we've come. I look at what's going on in Joplin, Missouri, and seeing the kindness and compassion of our fellow Americans, and seeing Americans all over here. Even at work, we were doing a food drive, and you know, in my building, I saw it earlier. I've been just seeing people on the side of the road collecting clothes for Joplin, and everyone hand in hand, and you know, seeing what they can do, and just things on television, and just the community coming together. And it was very relieving, and just such a displacement of, you know, how and where we are in the world and where people are at. But that's today's real time. Thanks for joining me. Just a couple of shout outs. uh, Unique Industrial. So it's a high quality engineering and products company. So information is right over here if you guys are interested, and you guys are in the oil and gas industry and looking for quality products. Unique Industrial Product Company is the company. If you're looking for cast iron pipe, please check out New Age Casting on www.newagecasting.com. And if you're looking for insurance, Con Insurance is the best in Houston. Auto, home, business, life, health, dental, and bonds. All right, guys. Well, thank you, and till next time.